Okay, we'll have a moment of silence. Pledge to the flag. Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I want to call the meeting of the Monongalia County Commission to order. Let the record reflect that all three commissioners are present. First item on the agenda is consent and approval with our county administrator, Renetta McClure. Good morning, Renetta.
Good morning. We have no exonerations for you to approve this morning, no minutes. Vouchers, General County Fund, $66,179.71. Coal Severance, $711.21. 911, $4,323.05. Chestnut Ridge Park, $1,488.52. Mason-Dixon Park, $709.64. Recreation Levy, $8,434.04. Payroll, $922,402.53. Purchasing card vouchers, General County Fund, $3,996.29. 911, $430.33. Chestnut Ridge Park, $35.98. Mason-Dixon Park, $121.11. Assessor's valuation, $685.74. For a voucher total of $1,009,518.15. We have position vacancies for boards and authorities listed on our website and fiduciary orders for April 28th, 2021.
Motion to approve.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, consent agenda is approved.
We also have some items that were sent up to us from the county clerk's office, fiduciary department, in regards to the estate of Arthur P. Scottrell.
Okay, I'd like to address those if you guys
Sure, go right ahead.
bear with me. We did receive a petition for appeal of the commission's decision and asking that we, the commission, hear that appeal. We received a beneficiaries agreement and we received a proposed appeal to the circuit court. In 1230, we, just for history's sake, 1230 of the last meeting of last year, the commission received a recommendation from the fiduciary commissioner, which we unanimously approved. So this matter is now, if it's to go any further, is with the circuit court. On the 6th, we did hear from Lou Scotchell. Came in and wrote us a letter, and we basically explained that if you want to appeal this decision, it needs to go to the circuit court. So I don't think that, it's my opinion, we don't have an action here. So unless one of you disagrees. But I see Mr. Scotchell's here, so I would like, if one of you want to make a motion to suspend the rules.
I'll move to suspend the rules to hear Lou.
Second?
Second, yeah.
Okay, Mr. Scotchell, we can let you come up, and again, just like public session, you'd have your 3 minutes to explain what if we're missing something or have the
Can I
floor.
put this down?
Yeah,
Sure.
Absolutely.
It's easier to hear.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And for the record, verify who you are.
Yes, my name is Louis Allen Scotchell Sr. I'm a taxpayer in Mon County for most of my life. I'm a business person, and I represented the estate of Arthur P. Scotchell at the beginning as the executor, which was very short-term due to my lack of knowledge in my civil rights to proceed without having to give up my rights. Why I brought this to your attention again this week is the fact that my appeal moving to circuit court is based on events that took place after the recommendation of the fiduciary commissioner that was appointed. And his first appointment was to bring the accounting of my cousin, who John C. Scotchell Sr. or Jr. was appointed by a will that at the time I knew should have never even existed. But anyway, to move forward, the recommendations by the fiduciary commissioner who was appointed were set aside in a court order by Judge Claudius on September 17, 2010, which stopped all procedures at that time until the way it was understood that the appointed administrator, CTA Keith Pappas, was to evaluate a civil action. Well, that civil action was the will contest that was that I had filed on October 7th of 2009. He was to take back to the courts, Mr. Pappas, his findings of what he believed to be the proper will to be administered. He failed to do that. And our procedures in this situation is kind of, should have some expedition to it, because it took until February of 2012 to get back into Claudius's court. And a status conference hearing was set that found that Mr. Pappas never made a decision. He just took it upon himself to start administering the will in the estate of Arthur Scotchell. By doing so, he took it upon himself that the courts okayed him to just go ahead and start administering when it was on a stay since September of 2010. The court, Judge Claudius, looked at me straight in my face, and I'm here to tell you. He asked me, well, is this to mean that the will contest is no longer in effect? And I said, no, sir. That day, Mr. Pappas was made a defendant. He was substituted not as the administrator CTA, but as a defendant moving forward in the will contest. There's so many inappropriate actions here that I think that this county commission really needs to weigh the results. And there's no sense in me wasting money to put this appeal in front of the clerk at the courthouse, at Circuit Court, to just get it to turn back here because of the improper things. When I found out we have two
Lou, if you
courts decisions, okay?
Generally, we have 3 minutes, and you've exceeded that. So if you can just kind of wrap it up. Now, and again, this isn't a back and forth, but everything that the fiduciary commissioner looked at, and we gave him a lot of leeway and the commission cover those expenses so he can thoroughly look through it. He's looked through all this, and that was a recommendation that we were gotten back, and that we received back, and that's what we acted on. So it really is, it's out of the commission's hands, and it's now in circuit court. That's the next step if you want to take it further.
Well, I'm going to take it further, but I do want to just report that I think that the system needs to change here in Warren County. There is no reason for this to keep continuing. You are putting your sole trust in the fiduciary commissioner that you appoint to do his due diligence and to follow the rules of law. And he has not followed the rules of law, neither of these fiduciary commissioners. I have given him stacks of evidence to prove that not only has Keith Pappas reconstructed the estate without the proper values being assessed, but that the commissioners have not taken it upon themselves that as a court would have looked at, or as if we would have had this hearing in front of the commission, would have been able to point out that these are irregularities and erosions to this estate that are not just. Well, thank you.
Thank you, Lou. We'll certainly be respectful to you. We appreciate your concerns, and we've tried to address them, but this is where it stands now. And
well, I'm not just talking for Arthur P. Scotchell's estate. I believe that there's many estates in this county that have been eroded because of the legal system that's in place right now in this county, and that the attorneys have taken over.
thank you, Mr. Scotchell.
Thank you.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is introduction of new employees, personnel changes. Sheriff Palmer?
Good morning.
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 Good morning.
I've got two new employees. To my immediate right is James Gear, who will be starting as a full-time home confinement officer on May 1st with a monthly salary of $2,405.74 and full benefits. To his right, I have Jonathan Merrifield, who will be starting May 1st as a court security officer with full benefits and a starting salary of $2,493.04 per month.
Move for approval.
Second.
And we have also Andrew Keefe, but he went from part-time to full-time.
Correct.
That's why he doesn't.
Correct.
Thanks for that
I just wanted to make sure that was
Sure,
made.
yes.
All right, we have a first and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, welcome.
Welcome,
Thanks for
thank
joining
you.
on.
Hope you're not too busy.
Okay, Amy Hetrick, Superintendent, Chestnut Ridge Park.
She has two new employees. They're both seasonal, part-time, not eligible for benefits. We have Bridget Mullins from Masontown, and then Mark Mullins. He's going from a part-time position to a full-time position, and he's also from Masontown.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay,
And then Misty Seam at Camp Muffley also has a part-time seasonal kitchen worker for this summer's camps, Michael Chapman from Morgantown.
okay.
Move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Any more?
No.
Okay. Comments from the public. We'll now open the meeting for comments from the public. Any member of the public wishing to be heard must raise his hand, come forward, and provide his or her name and address for the record. And please note the time will be limited to 3 minutes unless circumstance warrant additional time as approved by the president. So do we have anybody that wants to talk in public comment session? Okay, seeing none, I'll close public comment session. Proclamations, Sexual Awareness Month. Is there someone here to present?
Sexual Assault Awareness Month.
What else?
Sexual Assault
What did I
Awareness
say?
Month. You just left out the assault.
Oh,
Good morning. My name is Carl Flager,
Morning.
and I am an advocate with the Rape and Domestic Violence Information Center. And first, I just wanted to say thank you so much for having me here to read this proclamation, which states, whereas Sexual Assault Awareness Month is intended to draw attention to the fact that sexual violence is widespread and has public health implications for every community member of Monongalia County. And whereas rape, sexual assault, and sexual harassment impact our community, as seen by statistics indicating that 1 in 5 women will have experienced sexual assault by the time they complete college. And whereas we must work together to educate our community about what can be done to prevent sexual assault and how to support survivors. And whereas staff and volunteers of West Virginia sexual assault programs and other professionals have come together as the West Virginia Foundation for Rape Information Services to support each other in their work and provide the state of West Virginia and its citizens with a central source of information on sexual assault. And whereas with leadership, dedication, and encouragement, there's compelling evidence that we can be successful in reducing sexual violence in Monongalia County through prevention education, increased awareness, and holding perpetrators who commit acts of sexual violence responsible for their actions. And whereas the Rape and Domestic Violence Information Center strongly supports the efforts of national, state, and local partners, and of every citizen to actively engage in public and private efforts, including conversations about what sexual violence is, how to prevent it, how to help survivors connect with services, and how every segment of our society can work together to better address sexual violence. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the Monongalia County Commission joins anti-sexual violence advocates and support service programs in the belief that all community members must be part of the solution to end sexual violence. Along with the United States government and the state of West Virginia, the Commission does hereby proclaim April 2021 as Sexual Assault Awareness Month in Monongalia County and applauds the efforts of the many victim service providers, police officers, prosecutors, national and community organizations, and private sector supporters for their efforts in promoting awareness about sexual assault.
Move for approval.
Second.
okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you
so
very
much.
much.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank you
it.
for what you do.
Thank you.
Okay, next item on the agenda is Colleen Kuhn grants. There's none? Okay, thank you. Correspondence.
None.
You have none? Okay, I do want to mention, I do have one letter that we received. I believe I was copied on this because this was I think the MMPO was copied on this, and this was a letter from the legal counsel for the Department of Highways, and he was addressing the concern of the cases that are pending or in action that are delaying the Mile Ground and the Collins Ferry roundabout projects. And basically, it was a letter to Judge Cajo, basically telling him that they didn't have an issue with the concerns as they were raised in the paper, which is the same thing I told Judge Cajo. We were just raising the issues to get a status and not casting dispersion on the judge. And the letter from the Department of Highways basically does the same thing. So I just wanted to note that we had received this week. Commissioners have anything?
Just that same one you got.
Okay.
I'll be quiet.
All right. Unfinished business?
None.
None? New business. To consider on first reading and act upon a proposed ordinance authorizing and approving the current refunding of Monongalia County Building Commission Lease Revenue Bond Series 2014A, Monongalia County Justice Center, the Series 2014A bonds, authorizing the leasing by the County Commission of the Monongalia County Justice Center from the Monongalia County Building Commission, approving the sale, issuance, and delivery by the Monongalia County Building Commission of its lease revenue refunding bonds, Series 2021, Monongalia County Justice Center, in an aggregate principal amount not to exceed $16 million of this. That would be the Series 2021 bonds. 2, I finance the current refunding of the Series 2014A bonds, and 2, pay certain cost of issuance of the Series 2021 bonds and related cost. Do I have a motion?
Move for approval of first read, yeah.
Okay.
Second.
Second.
Jason Turner's here from Steptoe and Johnson, if you want to
Okay.
have him
Jason?
come up.
Good morning, Jason.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
Great to see you all. As you're aware, I just read the item, so you're aware now, if you weren't before. This is the first of 2 readings of this ordinance, the County Commission's authorizing ordinance. The Commission will have a public hearing prior to the second reading on May 12th. And the Building Commission is also simultaneously reading its ordinance. It is doing its second reading tomorrow. It'll have its third reading and public hearing on May 13th. And so, you know, as you probably know, the 2014A bonds were issued by the Mon County Building Commission to finance the construction of the Mon County Justice Center. The current, the amount that they were issued in is around $18 million. We have a not to exceed number of the principal amount in this ordinance and also the Building Commission's ordinance of not to exceed $16 million. Looking at the outstanding amount and the other costs that will have to be paid through this, we're looking at something more like $13 million or somewhat less on the actual principal amount, but we just have the not to exceed amount as to provide some cushion just in case. And so, you know, the idea here is that refunding these bonds now will provide some pretty significant debt service savings to the Building Commission, which then gets passed on to the Commission, to the County Commission, which is paying lease revenue payments, which is what the debt service is paid through on those bonds. And so it would be appropriate at this time, before voting to approve on first reading, to read it by title. And so I can do that if that would. I love reading ordinances. Yeah.
Be our guest.
Go ahead.
So this is an ordinance authorizing and approving the current refunding of the Monongalia County Building Commission West Virginia Lease Revenue Bonds, Series 2014A, Monongalia County Justice Center, the 2014A bonds. The leasing of the Monongalia County Justice Center by the Monongalia County Building Commission, the issuer, to the County Commission of Monongalia County, the County Commission, pursuant to a lease agreement. The execution and delivery of the lease agreement, a bond purchase agreement, and a continuing disclosure agreement by the appropriate officials of the County Commission, approving a preliminary official statement and authorizing an official statement with respect to the issuer's lease lease revenue refunding bonds, Series 2021, Monongalia County Justice Center, the Series 2021 bonds. The execution and delivery of certain agreements, documents, and other matters regarding the issuance by the issuer of the Series 2021 bonds.
First and a second, all those in favor of approving the first reading, say aye.
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 Okay.
Thank you for all the work, because we knew there's been a lot going back and forth.
Sure.
And we do appreciate it.
That's what we love to do.
Yeah. Well, we love that you're saving us 7 digits.
Absolutely.
We'll see what we can do.
Yes, that's what we're hoping for.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for.
Thank you,
Great.
guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Okay, the next item is consideration of the city's request for funding assistance towards the 4th of July Celebration of America festivities. I believe the amount is $5,000. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a first and a second. Any further discussion? This is generally what we approved last year for Main Street, Morgantown, to do the same thing, and they never end up having the fireworks down here. So it's nice that they're considering having fireworks here in the downtown area this year. So we have a first and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. To consider for approval a financial advisory agreement between the Monongalia County Commission and Cruz and Associate.
So moved.
Second. Okay, any discussion?
It's self-explanatory.
Yeah, this is for their support to Westridge for the anticipated future bond issue. So we have a first and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, the motion passes. To consider for approval requisition number 40 for the Morgantown Industrial Park Series 2017A Phase 2 Project Fund. I believe the full amount is $201,250.
Yes.
With $20,000 going to En Route, who manages the park, and the other $181,250 going to as a payment to MUB for engineering for the park. So do we have a first?
Move for approval.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. Any other new business? Thank you. Reports from elected officials and/or department supervisors? Okay. Anybody want?
I noticed Mr. Hall's here from city manager. Are you? I want you to know, and I want to say this publicly, you've been here more than the former city manager was in the last 3 total years. So we really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Enjoy being here? I don't know, but
We won't put Mr. Haas on the spot.
No.
Reports from county commissioners. Tom?
Yeah, 2 reports. First, I was very fortunate. We were asked, and I represented the 3 of us at the ribbon cutting called the Kinetic by Windstream in Greene County, where they got $3 million for their broadband. And I want you to know that the state senators, state representatives did not know of our working relationship with Greene County, and I was treated like gold. I mean, they were so appreciative that we were willing to reach across state lines. And 2 of the items I didn't happen to mention was between Greene County and Fayette County, we were able to give 1,000 vaccines that they were appreciative of. We also, because of them, we were able to get some of the guidelines for the RFP for our broadband, which has set things in motion, and Sean will probably talk more about that. But this kind of working relationship, basically, the 3 of us realized that economic development does not stop at the state line, and that is what I was trying to get across to them, and they were very appreciative. So it was a really, really excellent day. The second thing is, and Sean participated in this too, we were contacted by the Barcelona Spanish National TV Channel 3 program, and that was after Senator Manchin was here to talk about different programs that the Rescue Act and so on. And the quote I was given from them is that they came to see how our county has managed throughout the epidemic, how we are surviving the first 100 days of President Biden, and they believe, and this was what I thought was really nice, that we are one of the most successful counties in West Virginia and throughout the county. And we were very fortunate that Mother Nature came through and gave us unbelievable weather. For example, I want to thank the Marriott Courtyard because we did a number of the interviews with the panoramic view, and I have to thank Renetta for suggesting that because the view was exceptional. It's 80 degrees, they can see 20 miles. They met with Russ Rogerson, they met with Morgantown Industrial Park. I have to say, they did want to get a feel for our community. They asked to go to some, we don't have pubs. They wanted some beer gardens. So they went and ate at Mara's Fishbowl and then Jean's. And it was very eventful because they got a really good opinion of both sides of what we deal with and in polarization. So it's supposed to go on their TV in this weekend, and as soon as we get the link, we will do it. But it's really nice to see that they are stationed out of Washington, D.C., but I think it's very, very, very exciting that they came here and couldn't ask enough for the community to get involved, and I want to thank them.
Thanks, Tom. Jeff?
Two things. I've been getting I serve on the board at Senior Mons, and I've been getting a lot of calls from seniors wondering when the center was going to open back up for activities and for congregate meals. And we're still limited to the state's guidance at the Division of Senior Services in Charleston, so that we have to wait for that edict to come down that the centers can open again. Just wanted to get that out there. And secondly, a little pat on the back and really a shout out to Tom and the Pantries Plus program. They, in addition to serving hundreds of families food every week, they administered, what was it, Tom, 50 vaccines?
50 vaccines. As
you picked up your food. I can't express enough how much that helps the community and the tireless number of hours that Tom and work and Micah and his wife put in, all the volunteers out there that they get every week. It's an amazing program, and it wasn't just a temporary thing during COVID. They've been doing it for years, and they plan to continue going forward. So I just wanted to let you know how much I appreciate, and I'm sure the community does, all the work you guys do out there.
Thank you.
That's all I've got. Thanks, Sean.
Thank you. Since the last meeting, last Thursday, I participated in the broadband oral presentations and discussions with the vendors which made the competitive threshold that got through the first step of the technical evaluation process. That's the minimal. There's a 70% minimal that they have to meet to continue forward. So that was a long day, 5 presentations across the whole day. So that we got a lot accomplished. We issued letters to 2 of those 5 asking for best and final offers. So we're expecting to have that in next week. So probably within the next 2 weeks, we'll have a recommendation for the commission in regards to our consultant. Friday, we had staff reports and another broadband initiative meeting. Sunday, I was lucky enough to attend the graduation ceremony at Fairmont State that Senator Capito was at. So I got a chance to talk to her a lot about what's going on in Mon County, and she was really asked a lot of questions, was really interested in what we're doing in Mon County. So it was nice that I got a chance to meet with her. Yesterday, as Commissioner Bloom indicated, I did my interview with the TV3 crew that was visiting Mon County, and it was fun, actually. Today's a regular day, and we have staff reports on Friday. I don't think I have anything tomorrow, which is unusual. I do note that we had city elections yesterday. I voted. I did my part as the representative to the Central Magisterial Division. I'm a resident of Morgantown. Kim, I understand you have new bosses, so help. Good luck. Good luck, and again, I hope that we continue working on, regardless of who sits on City Council, we continue working on projects of mutual interest and cooperation, like the runway in the Commerce Park, broadband. I talked to Bill Kowecki when Joe Manchin was here. And, once we get our consultant in place, we're really going to open up the conversations with the cities and everything about, the best path forward. So we're certainly, your organization, we'll be reaching out to you to define who that point person needs to be, but we'll certainly do that. I did one thing I forgot, correspondence. We did do a letter to Congressman McKinley's office and basically reaffirmed a decision that we made to fund the sober house. The assistant city manager had asked for that, so I did want to. It wasn't required, didn't require a vote, but I did want to mention that as correspondence that we did write that letter. And then lastly, I want to thank the crew that was here filming our city. They asked very fair questions. They asked tough questions, and I think it went very well. Really, the central theme was speaking to how we do things in a nonpartisan basis here in Mon County, and politics don't really affect our decision, but we obviously have to deal with whatever decisions are made at the national and state level. But we work together to make those decisions, and that was pretty much the theme. So I'm going to be interested in seeing exactly what they put in there. But thanks, Tom, for
I did ask him.
spearheading that.
I did ask him, are they going to put Spanish and what it is, we speak English, and then they're going to have the Spanish subtitles. That's because I was wondering if they were going to put somebody's voice over someone else's. And I was already picking out some people for us. If they
All right. So that's all I have. Have a motion to adjourn?
move to adjourn.
Second.
Okay. All those in favor say aye. We're adjourned.